Hello, everybody. How are you? It's another beautiful day, and today we have yet another beautiful episode. So I want to welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Morale Booster with John Ughulu. The Morale Booster is a platform for entrepreneurs, career professionals, leaders, and the general public to give back to the society through coaching and mentoring. You know, they say experience is the best teacher. This program is currently being sponsored by Main Seat Consulting Group LLC. And for bookings, adverts, and sponsorship, please send us an email. So if there's anybody out there who can hear me, please type I can hear you. I just want to be sure I am not speaking to myself, although we are used to talking to ourselves anyway. So if you can hear me, please type I can hear you. Before I introduce our guest for today, I just want everybody who's watching to please like and share this broadcast, because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. So like and share this broadcast, please. If you can hear me, okay, I see someone saying they can hear me. Let's see who that person is. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Please like and share this broadcast. Yeah, so before I introduce our guest for today, I want you to know that there's a lot of information that we'll be given here, and you will learn something from here. So our guest for today is Euvonka Farabee, and Euvonka is a motivational speaker and a life coach, having facilitated and designed numerous trainings and materials for the benefit of her clients. The renowned public speaker has also been active in the field of sales, consultancy, real estate, and insurance in diverse sectors for over 25 years. As a sales representative, she distinguished herself and was notable for fostering progressive relationships that resulted in key strategic partnerships and collaborations. To say the least, she has built credibility with government agencies, public administrators, and team leaders as a result of her commitment to igniting innovation and creating an environment that fosters success. Now, Euvonka believes that there are times when it is necessary to go backwards to successfully move forward, rebuild sustainability, and expand future growth. To attitudes to future growth. To this end, she guides her clients through the process of imbibing skills and attitudes using a personalized approach that helps them cope with drastic life-changing events and complexities of career change, as well as overcoming lack of productivity. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, join me as I welcome to the stage Euvonka Farabee. Euvonka, thank you for joining me on this program.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
My pleasure, Euvonka. Yes. So, Euvonka, for those of you who are just getting to know her for the first time, she is a certified Les Brown speaker. She's a powerful speaker, a powerful motivational speaker, and trainer. So, Euvonka, could you please tell us what made you decide to become a public speaker?
It's interesting, Dr. John, that it actually chose me. It's one of those things that I would do on a one-on-one basis. I would do in a professional environment, and I was trained to give presentations. I've been in professional sales for over 25 years. And as a young person, even just out of college, I was trained in your standard skill sets of sales, presenting, getting the buy-in of others, and it requires you to be able to get up in front of people. But all of that is very superficial, because what I didn't understand then, that I come to understand over the years, is that people buy, not they don't buy their needs, they buy their wants.
Right, right,
They buy what they want and they beg for what they need. And
right,
that goes for any aspect of their life. You can look at someone. I owned an insurance agency for a number of years, and very passionate even about life insurance. You can look at someone and they don't even know they have a need for life insurance. But if they want the new iPhone, guess what's going to happen? And they're going to beg for everything else.
right.
But I really tapped in understanding what people wanted. And what they wanted a lot of times out of their life is to have freedom. What they
Right.
wanted is to be able to do great exploits and do great things on this planet while they're here. But many just don't know how to get there. And with me, what really had me come to an understanding is through loss and adversity. So one of my passions and one of my giftings is walking people through adverse circumstances. I've been in situations where I've had everything. I've had real estate holdings. I've had investments. I've marriage. I lost everything. And at the time, I didn't understand why it was happening to me, but it was happening nonetheless. And I had to figure out a lot of on my own. And this is even coming up in in church environments and places where I had to learn how to apply the things that I said I believe. You find out what you believe when your foot is put to the fire.
Wow.
And I had to evaluate what the truth was for me and if I were going to apply particular principles to my life. And when I did, it helped me to change my perspective. Once I was able to change my perspective, my problems didn't change, but my perspective changed so that clear paths could clear and I could begin to see and I can begin to get strategy. And when I was able to get that strategy, because it didn't have that same stress that it had when my perspective was off, then I could begin to put one foot in front of the other. And when I figured that out, and I made a promise to myself, if you figure out how to get out of the mess that you're in, because I was in a mess.
Yeah.
I was in a mess. I said, if I figure this out, I will help every single person that I can change their perspective so they can begin to see the things that they go through and use them as leverage to their elevation. And that's what motivated me.
Wow, that's awesome. I love what you said about, you said when you find out what you believe. Okay, so you find out what you believe when your life is put on fire.
Yes.
That's true. They say adversity brings out the superhero in us. Yes, and you're doing an awesome job as a speaker. You are impacting lives. Your
Thank
story resonates with a lot of people, right? And you were at the Main Seed Speak to Impact Summit.
Yes.
Can you please share with my audience what your experience was about the event?
There were so many great things about Speak to Impact. It was an amazing experience for a variety of reasons. One, you had an opportunity to be amongst people who had the similar passions, and that's to change lives. Something that is so important for anyone, whether you want to be a public speaker or not. Maybe you just want to do great things and you know you have a great purpose and you want to figure out how to get there. You have to get with like-minded people. You have to put yourself in a position where iron is sharpening iron. It is not, and when you're a public speaker, sometimes it's challenging to find your tribe, so to speak. And at Speak to Impact, you're able to find your tribe. And you're able to find your tribe whether you want to be a public speaker or whether you need the motivation so that you can do great exploits. You don't have to be a public speaker to participate and attend an event like this. You need what is being spoken out to be fed to you so that you can be strengthened and your backbone can be shored up and you can move forward and get the hope that you need, because it's that hope, even if it's a mustard seed of hope that you need, that you're going to get from the energy of a opportunity like Speak to Impact.
Right. That's great. I love that. So basically, you talked about hanging around the right network, just like what our mentor, our communication mentor, Mr. Les
Yeah.
Brown, say.
Mm-hmm.
Only quality people. Hang around like-minded people, people
Yes.
who would work with you, who would encourage you to move to the next level. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely. You want somebody that's going to help hold your arms up, and you do the same for them. It's mutual.
Yeah, accountability. Yes.
Yeah, and many of the people who attend these type of functions, and specifically I saw at Speak to Impact, we've been through some things and we've overcome, but it's because we are willing to fight for our hopes and dreams. If you are willing to fight for your hopes and dreams and you want to be with like-minded soldiers, you want to definitely attend something like the event. You want to be at Speak to Impact.
Right. Thank you so much for that. So what are your plans for your speaking business going forward?
I'm really excited. It has a couple of tiers to it. My desire is to move more out into adding on and doing more corporate speaking, more training where this is concerned. One of the things I'm able to do is develop group training that's tailored. My experience over the years, because of what I did, I have exposure to a lot of different environments, a lot of different industries. So I'm able to tailor training that is specific to the needs of an organization. I'm accustomed to doing it for many years. So I want to do more of that. Also, I want to do, and I'm going to do more group training for individuals who want to rewrite the story of their lives. They're in a position that they've been through some things, they've experienced some bumps in the road, they may feel like they're under the thumb of the world, but they have a seed that they're willing to fight. That's the group of people that I want to help. I want to help them be able to create the light that's at the end of the tunnel, because sometimes you have to create it.
That's true.
It'll appear sometimes, but sometimes you got to dig your way to the light so that you can see the next step to take it. You don't need all the stairs in the staircase. And that's something that I desire to do.
That's great. That's great. So you mentioned going into group training. So I know there are different topics you might want to touch or focus on. Are you basically going to work with people who are experiencing limiting beliefs in their lives? Or are you going to focus more on, corporate training where you train organizations on sales?
Mm-hmm.
Or you just work with people who want to move from where they are to where they want to be?
All three of them circumstances, you have to overcome limiting beliefs. So I'm going to focus on limiting beliefs, but I'll tailor them based upon my audience. So if it's corporate, if it's sales, one of the hardest things when you're a professional salesperson and you are on 100% commission is not making the sale. And what happens, and we used to have a joke years ago about this, you could tell when somebody was on fire. It's like whatever they sold, the more they would sell. The business would just come in and they were peacocking around the office and they were leaving early for the day. They knew, all this. And you can always tell the person who wasn't doing well. They're in the corner at their cubicle just trying to find their next opportunity. They've got beaten up by the nose, and we all used to laugh. We used to laugh at each other when we would see that. But it's a real thing. When you get in a situation where you want to win and you're not winning, you have to, the limiting beliefs come, and you have to be able to kill the enemy called can't. You can't allow that head trash that comes when you're when you're losing in natural circumstances, to infiltrate and dominate your space and where you're being. So my desire is to help people push past that. It could be corporately, it could be individually, and just trying to find their way, their purpose and what they want to do with their lives, or if they want to transition out from being at a job that may be very good to them, but they know they have something they need to do, but they're imprisoned with them golden handcuffs because they're making all of that money and everything that they've built is established on sinking sand that somebody else has control over.
Right.
And so there needs to be a plan and there needs to be sacrifice. So the perspective has to change and the limiting beliefs have to change so that the sacrifices can be made.
Great. That's awesome. I love that. Thank you for that clarification. So for those of you who are still watching this program via Facebook, YouTube, and those who are listening to, via podcast, please remember to like and share this broadcast. And those who are watching the replay, just remember to type #replay. That way we would be able to, respond to your questions. Like and share, because there's somebody out there who needs to hear this story, right? Okay, so thank you, Euvonka, for the clarification. Let's go to the next question. Now, we're going through a change in lifestyle due to the pandemic that happened. So many people lost their jobs. I know you are not a therapist. What's your advice or what words of encouragement would you want to give to those people who are having a hard time right now and they've lost their jobs?
It's tough. And I've been there, but even if I've been there, I don't like to say I know how you feel because I don't know how you feel. Whenever we go through things, even if it seems like it's an identical thing, we all have a whole personalized experience. But with that being said, what I want to do is encourage anybody that's in between. You've lost your job or you realized because of the pandemic, you've had time away from your normal work circumstances and you realize that you want to get off of that hamster wheel. This is an opportunity for you to take stock. One, assess your life. Understand that you've already survived this. The worst has happened. This didn't destroy you. So if you can look up, you can get up. So find the resolve within yourself that you're going to get up. Now, what does that mean? It doesn't mean that you know everything that's going to happen. But your perspective on you taking control of your life and taking responsibility for your life, and it means to fight. Fight for what your hopes and dreams are. Understand where your values are. What is it that you value? Ask yourself the question, has complacency been something that now this situation has shook you out of the frame so that you can reevaluate the blueprint in which you built your life? And don't be afraid to let everything go. And when I say let everything go, I mean this. If you have been on the hamster wheel and you have just been trying to keep all the balls in the air and you need to restructure your life, don't be afraid to restructure your life. You may experience some loss. And I like to liken it to rubble. When your whole world crashes down and you have rubble at your feet. I talk about this a lot. You want to rise up from that rubble, and the most beautiful masterpiece can be built if you're willing to let go of all of your old ideologies, all of your old things that you thought things were going to be a certain way. Use this as an opportunity to find out what you really want and be willing to take a step back and start from scratch to start over. And God redeems time. He's faithful. If you just do what it is and you do the work, because you can't steer a car that's not moving. You want to get moving and begin to develop your plans.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. You gave a lot of nuggets here. You said somebody who finds him or herself in that situation where they no longer have a job, probably they were let go or something. They shouldn't be afraid to start all over, which is very good. So if you are listening to this program, do not be afraid to start all over. Les Brown would always say, let go or be dragged, right?
Let go or be dragged.
Yes, let go or be dragged. You
Mm-hmm.
also said they should do the work. They should keep doing the work, which means for those who have lost their jobs, do not focus so much attention on that closed door. Raise your
Yes,
head up high and keep moving. Is that what you was trying to say?
absolutely. And you can't care what other people think, because when you're restructuring your life and you're rewriting your story, people are not going to understand. My family didn't understand why I wouldn't just go back to what I was doing to earn a six-figure income at the time. They couldn't understand it. When I was telling them that's not my purpose and that's not what I'm supposed to do, all they could see is the struggle. So people are going to see your struggle and they're going to make judgments, but you have to be resolute in your mind and your heart what you are trying to do, and you have to keep on your path and limit what you're doing to people on a need to know basis. People are going to come in your path and are going to help you. You know, God knows that you need other people. That's not a problem, but you need the right people. You need
Yes.
people that are going to feed into you and help build you up, and then you're going to be able to do the same. You're going to be able to reciprocate as well. And
Right.
that's who you want. And everybody, even well-meaning, even if they love you, even if it's your family, they may not be equipped to do that for you.
That's right. What you said is 100% correct. I completely agree with you on that. So for everybody who's listening, please start taking down notes, because these are powerful nuggets that can help you transition from where you are to where you want to be. And for those people who have lost loved ones, we
Mm-hmm.
know, we know nothing can bring them back, right? Like I said before, Euvonka, I know you are not a counselor, you're not a
Mm-hmm.
therapist. What words of consolation would you want to give to those people who have lost loved ones, especially in times like this?
Well, first, I would just like to give my condolences. I'm so sorry for anyone who has lost someone in their life, a friend, a family. I know we have lost people even in our church, and to COVID, very serious things. But the best way, the biggest way I could say to honor their lives is to fulfill your purpose. That time, we don't know the time that we have on this earth. Only God knows. And that dash that lies between the day we're born and the day we pass away matters. That dash is how we live our life. And we honor the people that have poured into us, that loved us, that we love, to live that dash to the best of our ability, to live that dash honorably, to feed into this earth while we're here something positive and something that is great. And that can be anything that you can dream in your own heart that you believe that's been downloaded to you. The best thing you can do is work to do whatever is necessary to get through the barriers that make you afraid to live your truth in your life, to stand up front and center in your life, and to don't stop. And you have to be committed to the commitment, because what's the saying? The chicken was involved, but the pig was committed.
Yes.
You have to be self-directional and live that dash in a way that honors yourself, that honors the people you love, that you love, and that loved you, and that honors God.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for those beautiful words of consolation. So, for those people who are currently watching, who um, yeah, I can hear some sound out there. Anyway, for those people who are watching or listening to this program, if you are looking for a motivational speaker for your event. If you're looking for someone to come and motivate your religious group, looking for someone to come and conduct training for your sales team, or someone to conduct training on leadership, Euvonka Farabee is a good resource. She's a good speaker. She has years of experience. You need to follow her on social media. So, Euvonka, let us know what social media platforms you are active on.
I am on Facebook under Euvonka Warren. I also have a group called Live Shackle Free. It has quotations, Live Shackle Free with Euvonka Farabee. I also have a YouTube channel, Live Shackle Free with Euvonka Farabee, and you can reach me. And then on Instagram, I'm at Chaplain Euvonka, and Chaplain is spelled Chaplain. Some people spell it like Charlie Chaplin. That's why I said Chaplain is AIN, Euvonka, EUVONKA. And that's my Instagram page.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. So please go and follow her. Add her, follow her on social media. Euvonka, could you please confirm your website? Is it correct?
Yes, I have my my nonprofit, which focuses on instilling hope in the incarcerated, disenfranchised, and their families. I am a prison chaplain. It's beyondtheshackles.com. My motivational speaking page is liveshacklefree.com. Liveshacklefree.com. And that's for my motivational speaking, group training, and some other things. Join our mailing list if you're interested in getting updates from us for our upcoming events.
Okay, so let's put the correct website there. Leave Shackle Free, right?
Yes, LIVE, and then Shackle SHACKLEFREE.com.
Shacklefree.com. Okay, so is that correct as it's been displayed on the screen?
There's an extra C in there. It's SC. It's SH, I mean.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Leave Shackle. Oh, leave shacklefree.com.
Yay, that's it.
Yes. All right. So please go to her website, send her an email, follow her on social media. She's the best person for your event to motivate your audience, your team. Now, I've had the opportunity of sharing the stage with this great woman. She's an amazing speaker. I am telling you, she has a story, a life story that would resonate with your audience. So please feel free to reach out to her, and she will be more than willing to work with you. So, Euvonka, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And before you go, I want you to just leave my audience with some powerful words of encouragement that would help them overcome their life challenges and put them at that spot where they would want to be. All right?
Okay. Yes. Well, one of the things I really want to say in closing is really think about your hopes and your dreams. That's not pie in the sky. Allow yourself to dream as big as you want. You don't have to show it to anyone. As a matter of fact, I would suggest you not show it to everyone. Winston Churchill has a saying that life is fraught with opportunities to keep your mouth shut. And when it comes to your destiny, that's one of those times. You want to guard it and with only entrusted people. But make a decision to write your vision down. Make it plain upon tables. And be committed to the commitment of making a change and pressing forward with your life. Because we're born looking like our parents, but we die looking like our decisions. So you want to decide to do for 2 to 3 years what most people are not willing to do for the rest of their lives. But not you. Miles Monroe says that when we press through our fears to live our purpose, we rob the cemetery of our hopes and dreams. Every witty idea and invention that went into the ground with the people that lie there, that can do nothing with, that does not have to be your life. I know you want to make a difference, and I know you have a purpose. So be committed to living your hopes and dreams and be true to yourself and don't stop. Stand up front and center for your life. Don't stop.
That's great. Don't stop. Come on,
Don't
that's
stop.
powerful. Yeah, don't stop. Do not stop, because you are just one step away from your breakthrough.
Yes.
Stop. That's what Euvonka has just said to you. All right, don't give up. Thank you so much for that closing speech. It was awesome. All right,
Thank you so
Euvonka,
much for having me, Dr. Ughulu, and I thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm humbled by the invitation.
my pleasure. So before you go, I want to remind everybody that whatever you're going through in life is a phase in life. That's why Heraclitus said the only constant in life is change. So all you need at this point is to work with people who have experienced a similar thing that you're going through. Euvonka has seen life. Euvonka has had the opportunity of experiencing both sides of life. She has the experience that you would need to help you overcome. Just reach out to her. This is the time. Now it's easy to reach out to mentors or coaches, because you can do that just with a click, by clicking on the internet. So you have no excuse right now. Reach out to these people and she would be able to help you. So thank you. Hang around only quality people, and remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So let's go through the comments we have there, Euvonka.
Okay.
Yeah, we see Caroline Brooks. Okay, Caroline said, "Good job, John and Euvonka. Enjoyed listening to this. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you." And I see Dola. She said, "Die looking like the sea." I love that. That's powerful. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and share. It shouldn't just stop at you listening or watching this program. There's somebody on your contact list who needs to hear this message. There's somebody who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear what Euvonka has just told us. So please share this broadcast. It's free. It won't cost you any money. We're not saying you should pay us money. Just share it so that you can save a life. Thank you so much, Euvonka. It's been a blessing. It's been a pleasure having you on the
Thank
program.
you.
And I
Same
hope
here.
if I call you to come on board, you would come over.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much. So everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. It's been a blessing for me, and I hope the same for you too. So thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.